sure you'll rotate the voice back. No, stop. Rotate. Oh, we're going. Okay, here we are. We're at Seville Yacht Club at day one of the Pan Am Trials, and here I have Dan Hesse, a new dad here. Congratulations, Dan.
Thanks, Lee.
You can see the shirt that says Dad and twins. Oh, no, that's pretty funny, actually. So Sarah and Dan just had twins how many days ago?
It was 5 weeks ago.
5 weeks ago, yeah. And now he's sailing in a huge international trials regatta. And how you feeling?
Feeling okay, considering that I've only sailed once between midwinters and now.
And midwinters was what, March?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you getting any sleep?
Now here I am.
That's awesome.
The last 6 weeks was a little tough, but yeah, here I'm getting a little bit of sleep.
So Sarah's probably, hold on, who's taking care of the kids? Just Sarah?
Just Sarah. Yeah, she's taking one for the team.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's a tough regatta. We got 15 of the top men sailors out in the Sunfish, and you're sitting kind of mid-fleet, right?
I think so. I haven't actually looked at the scores yet.
Yeah, I think you're about 7th or 8th.
Yeah, and probably sounds about right.
How tough is it out there?
I think the conditions are tougher really than anything else. With the waves and the wind was just not windy enough to the point where you're not hiking.
So if you don't know Dan and I grew up, well, not grew up, but Dan kind of grew up. He at Wet Pants Sailing Association right here, which is down a couple of miles away from Seville, where the typical sea breeze at about 1 o'clock is about 15 to 20 miles an hour. Yeah. So what were the conditions today?
Today it was probably the first race was probably 9. The next race was probably maybe 10, 11. And then the last race, I think we got a few puffs at like 12 or 13.
And
just like marginal hiking for me.
And that's not really good for a Great South Bay Southwest.
No.
It's out of the southeast today.
Yeah.
So, what would you do differently in the chop? Would you set up your boat differently? How would you do better if you knew what you knew now? How would you do better today?
I don't really know. It was kind of tough because the last race it was really noticeable that once the breeze picked up, like I started going fast, David Loring started going fast, Eugene. So the heavier sailors started to go fast in that last race just because it was just a little bit windier. Right. And in the middle races, we were kind of sitting up a little bit, and the lighter guys were hiking already.
And you were totally powered up, and so
yeah.
It was just basically you're on a, like your dad and I have the same thing. Like that 8-mile-an-hour chop is terrible.
Yeah, and if it was lighter and everyone's sitting in, then it's fine.
Right.
Exactly. It's that transition range that is really tough to hang with some people.
So there was really nothing you could do with the boat. It was mainly it was just a bad condition for someone who's a little bit. Yeah. How much do you weigh now?
I'm like 175, 176.
Right, okay, so that's a tough one. So, and if these guys are 15 pounds lighter,
it does make a difference.
It makes a huge difference, and especially with the chop, it's hard to accelerate. So, what do you like? I was talking to these guys, Andy and Connor. They were using their Cunningham more than an outhole.
I didn't use my Cunningham at all today because I was putting a little bit on, but I needed so much power.
Right.
Like even the last race when I was hiking, I didn't depower at all because it wasn't really that windy.
Yeah. So and then and the southeast is one of the weirdest conditions here. Yeah. It's like usually southwest and east or northerly, but southeast is like light and choppy. So what are they looking at tomorrow? And then what's your game plan like for tomorrow?
I don't even know what is the wind forecast for tomorrow. Does anyone know?
It's kind of the same. I don't think there's going to be a sea breeze in the next couple of days.
Yeah, I think there's a low pressure sitting off Long Island right now that's going to influence that. Okay. So we might get another southeasterly, which I think it's going to be similar to today.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So what are your plans now that you have 2 boys, right?
Yeah.
So what are the names now?
Ryan and Finian.
Ryan and Finian, nice Irish names. So their cousins have all the Irish names. That's cool. So do you want to say anything to your parents or your brothers or anything, or Sarah?
Just to Sarah, you're doing a great job at home. I'll be home as soon as I can.
Okay. So thanks a lot. Here we are at Seville Yacht Club. I'm here with Dan Hesse, Lee Montes, at day one from the Pan Am Trials, and good luck to you.
Thanks.
And I just thought it was me not playing the bass.
I'll have to tell Sarah.